Hello everybody. So, short video here. If vegans don't want to eat meat so much, why do they keep making meat substitutes, right? So, first of all, I just want to make it clear that meat does not have a monopoly on like burgers or hot dogs, right? Because burgers are sandwiches, you can put plants in sandwiches, still a sandwich. You can put beans in a burger, still a burger, right? And here's an example. I just pulled this out of my fridge. Does this show up on camera? Yeah, it does. Tofurkey plant-based sausage, right? I can confidently say, right? It's been a while since I've eaten meat, but this doesn't taste anything like sausage. But it still has the components that would be in a hot dog, right? It still has the same sauce, kind of. What does it say? Tomato. Oh, it says it's supposed to be used in pasta, actually. So it has the same flavor-ish. It doesn't need to have the exact same flavor. It has fats, it has proteins. Human beings' tongue can't taste protein, but still, whoa, 23 grams protein per serving. That's actually not bad. One serving is just one of these. Wow. You know, all you bodybuilding bros who just care about that one macronutrient, hey, get on this tofurkey plant-based sausage. This video is completely unstructured. I didn't even think about what I was going to say before I pressed record. So, so the first point was that meat does not have monopoly on these things. That's why I said in my other video, I think the video was called like how vegans see food versus meat eaters. One thing I said there was that when people put dead animal flesh in like a burger or something, it's an abomination because it's dead animal flesh in a thing that could otherwise be food, right? If you take out the burger, put in maybe beans, something else, it would be perfectly good, delicious food. By the way, tofu is not a meat substitute. I don't know why a lot of people have that misconception. Eat your tofu, guys. It's not a meat substitute, though. It does, yeah, not at all. So, what was the other point I wanted to make? Right. The other point I wanted to make is that we vegans are not against. We're not vegans because we don't necessarily like the taste of meat, right? Otherwise, we might be vegetarians. Some vegetarians are vegetarian because they don't like the taste of meat. Just goes to show that human beings are biologically herbivores, closer to being biologically herbivores than omnivores and even carnivores, which some people say. I say closer to being herbivores because evolution is kind of a complicated thing. It's not like you're either necessarily a herbivore or omnivore or a carnivore, even though some animals are extremely close to like one end of those things, right? Like if you feed a carnivore some plants, it's not going to die, and it might even eat those plants in nature. I'm getting very, very off topic. What was I even talking about? Right. I remember where I started this trend. So, vegetarians, right. And another reason why vegans are vegan, another proof that vegans aren't vegan because we don't like the taste of meat, is because milk and eggs are in a lot of things where their taste is not noticeable, right? There's the classic vegan meme. If you guys aren't vegan, you might not know of it. It's like you look at a pack of broccoli, and on the back it says ingredients: broccoli, 2% milk powder. Right? It doesn't taste like milk powder, but it's still in there. So, but still, we wouldn't eat it. Not like broccoli would have milk powder in it anyway. It's a joke, but the reason we wouldn't eat it is because it's morally wrong to financially support the exploitation and abuse and suffering and death of animals, basically, right? So the thing is, vegan meats, right? Vegan meats, mock meats, like this, for example. That's a bad example because, as I just said, it doesn't exactly taste like meat. This is kind of closer. By the way, it is a total coincidence that I happen to have these. I didn't plan this. So, the thing is, right, most of us have not been vegan our entire lives. I've been vegan for my entire adolescence. So, some vegans, especially newer vegans, still have a taste adapted to eating meat, I would say. Although, like the meat, of course, that people eat is heavily salted and seasoned, right? And it's cooked in a specific way. It's not just given raw, because we wouldn't eat that raw, and we would also get sick from it. Yet another reason why humans are very, very close to herbivores and not at all close to omnivores or even carnivores. My cat's looking for a treat. I'll help her out there. Right, so just because we don't want to support the suffering and death of animals does not mean that some of us still don't have the taste for meat adjacent stuff, right? And as I said earlier, it doesn't mean that we should completely avoid a certain type of food, like a burger, which is, I mean, it's 2 pieces of bread with like tomato and lettuce and like, I don't know, like beans and that. Like, why would we avoid that anyway? Right? This is content, right? You guys just watching me try and come up with my next points because I didn't structure plan this video. You guys just get to stare at me. What will he think? What will he think to say next? Will he even make a point next? Nope. All right, so there's the answer, and be vegan. My gosh, silly me. I forgot to make this comparison, right? You know, you guys know I like my comparisons. So, here it is, right? The comparison, if vegans don't want to eat meat, why do they make their food resemble meat and then eat it, of course? If you don't want to go out and shoot people, then why do you play first-person shooter games like Call of Duty, right? I don't know if Call of Duty is still a thing. So, Fortnite. Better? So the answer to that is, of course, that it's about the feeling that we get from it, but we don't want the moral strings attached, right? It might be exhilarating to play competitive video game where you are trying to best another person in combat by shooting them in the head, right? It might be exhilarating, fun, challenging, right? But you don't want to do that in real life, because in real life that's horrifically cruel to just shoot somebody in the head, right? Barring specific circumstances. And it's the same with veganism. It's the same with vegans eating meat substitutes, right? We might want the taste, we might want the feel, we might even want to replicate the foods that we grew up with. However, we don't want the moral strings attached, which is, again, giving money to, giving money to the industries which horrifically abuse animals and violate animal rights and kill them. And also, we don't actually want to be eating a dead animal. Me personally, actually don't eat impossible meats very frequently because I think the taste of them is disgusting because it perfectly resembles actual meat. So, now there's your answer, be vegan.